The strongest relationships are built between two people who work to understand each other, respect each other, and make each other feel heard. It sounds simple, right? Why then do so many people feel misunderstood or undervalued by their partners? While it's possible that these feelings are hinting at real underlying concerns in the relationship, I believe that, on a large scale, many people simply don't understand the how behind making their partner feel valued and validated. James, I sit there and listen when they talk. Great, that's a good first step. But validating someone's feelings and helping them to understand that you are genuinely connecting with them in that moment requires more active and intentional effort. 2. It shows them with real action that you're actually listening. Anyone can sit there and mumble, back to them, but if you literally express their own feelings to them in your words, they'll know that you're intently listening to them. 3. It helps you understand what they're saying. This isn't just a method of helping someone feel a certain way, it's a real and true strategy for helping you in this conversation as well. It's not always easy to genuinely understand a person's feelings if they're different than yours, and that's okay. But it's hard to truly connect and feel real empathy or understand what you need to do next if you don't really get what they're feeling or thinking. You might be wondering what exactly this looks or sounds like. A few options could be, what I'm hearing is that you're feeling neglected right now, is that right? It sounds like you're frustrated that your friend forgot your birthday. I understand that you feel lonely when I spend too much time at work. Remember, the idea here is to show your partner that you're acknowledging their feelings, not to step in and provide a solution. We'll get into this later. Sometimes that's all they really need. Or it serves to provide a solid foundation for a productive conversation that grows from there. 2. Keep the attention on them and their experience. You might think that now is a good time to bring up your own personal experiences or stories in order to show empathy or to find common ground, but it's not. Now is the time to keep the focus and attention on your partner and to stay in the space that they need to create with you. Oh, I totally know what you mean. When I was a kid, my mom did the same exact thing and now I feel like XYZ. On the surface, it feels like you're relating, connecting or understanding their feelings, but in their mind, they're wondering why you're turning the story onto you, which invalidates what they need in the moment. For you to meet them in their world and sit with them for a while. Of course, there is an asterisk here. If they're asking you for your experiences, or if you can relate, or are wondering what you did when you were in a similar situation, then by all means use your own personal trials as a source of strength and inspiration for them. Tell them how you felt, what you did, and how you overcame the feelings to craft a new story for yourself. Only if they ask for it, though. 3. Listen intently. Anyone can sit and nod while someone talks. Listening intently, though, shows that you're genuinely curious about what your partner is feeling. Imagine that they sit down with you in order to seek and feel validation, and your attention seems to be split or called elsewhere, or that you appear generally aloof or uninterested, just waiting for them to stop talking so you can check your phone for the 7th time. Not very validating, is it? More harm than good is done here as the feeling of invalidation is magnified and reinforced by those actions, whether or not that's the impact that you've intended. Undivided attention, a quiet room, phones nowhere in sight, and holding eye contact are all necessary pieces of an environment where your partner can feel safe and secure opening up to you in the ways that they need to in this moment. And they're ways for you to show that this is the most important thing happening in your life right now, which in itself provides a much-needed layer of validation before they've even started talking. 4. Don't pacify them or immediately agree with them on everything. I think a common misconception about validating your partner's feelings is that it means you need to agree with every single thing they say. That is, after all, how to show them their feelings are valid, right? Not necessarily. Mature and healthy couples understand that they're not going to agree on everything, but that doesn't mean either person's feelings are wrong or invalid, just that they're different. It's natural and healthy and normal for two grown adults to have their own individual thoughts, feelings, and philosophies. Validating your partner's feelings doesn't mean you need to pretend to agree with them on every single point. It does mean exactly what it says, that you acknowledge their feelings as valid and real, regardless of whether or not you share them or agree with them. In fact, being too agreeable is usually a red flag, because people understand that always being on the same page often means that someone is either lying about their feelings or is afraid of disagreement, unhealthy, or that they don't even have their own opinions formed in order to disagree in the first place. None are positive. Remember that it's not your feelings in the spotlight in these moments, so you agreeing or disagreeing is going to come later, maybe. What's on the table is their feelings, and all they're looking for is your acknowledgement. 5. Avoid problem-solving mode. While a universal point, this one is usually more valid for the men. As men, we tend to jump directly into providing a suggestion or a solution or advice, and more often than not, that is not what's being sought when feelings are being expressed. Obviously, if your partner is directly asking you for a solution or your advice, then go ahead and dive in. In most scenarios, though, someone complaining to you means that they're confiding in you, that they trust you with these deep and personal feelings, that they just want you to provide the support they need in order to find a solution on their own. Or maybe they just want to get something off of their chest and will feel better as a result. If you immediately start giving advice or offering a solution, your partner may feel invalidated because you didn't stop to listen to how they really felt. You just jumped over that entire part of the conversation and started trying to fix things. While for the more pragmatic and solution-oriented, this might make sense, it doesn't fill the emotional needs being expressed. James, are you saying my partner would rather complain about the problem than actually finding a solution to it? Well, maybe, yes. Maybe they need to vent for a little bit before they feel ready for a solution. Maybe they already know what they're going to do, but they want you to take this journey with them. Maybe they just want to know that you're there to talk things through with. Pushing past this process, though, makes the statement that your feelings about it don't really matter. Let's just find a solution. It may not be what you're trying to say, but it could be what they hear. Remember the key word when it comes to validating feelings, and that is feelings. It's not always logical, it's not always rational, it's not always solution-oriented. Humans are not science experiments where you can do A and expect B. We are far more nuanced and sometimes have needs that don't logically make sense, but making sense isn't the point. Feeling seen, heard, and validated is the point. If you can give that gift to your partner, they'll give you the gift of all of their good feelings too.